So when you're in this writing room with other late night writers, are there certain news sources you go to look for stories? Are they all on up for grabs? What is the process you would normally go through?
Well, I have my typical process is I used to go like Yahoo was the thing. It always had nicely written headlines. And now it's all changed because you'll see CNN and every one of the major outlets, except for Reuters and AP, every one of those guys are writing clickbait headlines because they're trying to heighten your curiosity, get you to click the story. And so when you get into that story, you've got to look at the first couple of paragraphs to find the actual headline, to find the joke, what the story is about. And so that's where I think comedians make a big mistake. They sort of just reprint the headline, and that's not how somebody talks. A host would never say something like say a headline like that. They basically, hey, did you guys hear about this? Like it's a conversation. And now you have the setup. So my sources are mostly sometimes CNN, New York Times. I go to like aggregate sources. Refdesk.com will often have so many different sources on there. News.google.com also has so many different sources. If I find a story I like, I can click, a deeper search, which says review all. It'll show all these news sources that are writing the same story. And some of them will actually write the headline that you need. And you go, oh, that's exactly what I'm looking for right there. It's already written because it's coming from a different source. Remember, most of these people are copywriters. So they're taking the main story coming from AP Wire or Reuters, and they're rewriting it for their rag, their online source. Also, I would go to like local news channels. Like, here we have KTLA Morning News or KTLA Channel 5 News. I'd click them because now you're listening to people say it the way it's spoken rather than the way it's written. And a lot of times listening to CNN in the morning or something, when I first started, I'd listen to somebody say the line. And sometimes the joke is right there. Like Oahu, Hawaii today lost power to the entire island. And that's already a setup, and it was like, and then what she did, she almost wrote the joke. She goes, traffic lights were out, court buildings were shut down, and about 100,000 kids stayed home from school today. Now I know once she says those 3 ideas, I can eliminate one and just do a 3-way buildup. She already wrote the joke for me, Oahu, Hawaii lost power to the entire island. Traffic lights were out, court buildings were shut down, and a vacationing Don King was seen with flat hair. So because there's no electricity, now you have a joke that's suitable for the Tonight Show. It's not great for stand-up. I wouldn't do it in stand-up club. I'd do it for the Tonight Show because that's a different little late show audiences are a little different. So that's kind of how I would do it. And I still have a process. I still sit down and write jokes every day, on current events.
If you're serious about becoming a comedian, join our Facebook group linked in the description below to start getting tips like these every single day. And watch this playlist of our top writing tips to improve your writing today.